Have you ever wondered, what if every small daily habit was actually the key to unlocking massive success? Aryan, an ordinary boy from Surajpur, proved that you don't need extraordinary talent or special opportunities. With persistence in simple daily actions, you can transform your entire life. If you're curious to discover this secret, join me in following this inspiring story. Right finger, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss stories that help you break through every day. Part 1. A big dream in the body of an ordinary boy in the small town of Surajpur. There was a boy named Aryan, not a standout in his classroom, nor someone who amazed teachers or classmates. Aryan wasn't a top student, nor the fastest or most talented. Yet deep within his eyes burned a fierce ambition to become successful and wealthy, far beyond the simple life of his hometown. But like many young people, Aryan fell into a common trap: lack of discipline and constant procrastination. Day after day, he buried himself in meaningless distractions, always telling himself, "I'll start tomorrow." But that tomorrow never came. Family and teachers advised him repeatedly, but to Aryan, their words were like passing wind. He believed that success required a big opportunity, a dramatic turning point. And since no such opportunity appeared, he kept waiting, unaware that his true turning point would come from a chance encounter. Part 2. The fateful encounter with the wise professor. One sunny afternoon at Surajpur Central Park, as Aryan wandered aimlessly, weighed down by frustration, he happened to meet Professor Vikram, a man deeply respected in town for his wisdom and simple way of life. Seeing Aryan sigh heavily, the professor smiled and asked, "Young man, what burden are you carrying on your shoulders?" Aryan opened up about his big dreams but confessed his helplessness, unsure of where to begin. He believed that only grand actions could lead to success, while small daily tasks seemed meaningless. Professor Vikram listened silently, then shared a story that made Aryan pause and reflect. He asked, "Do you know how long it takes for an Indian bamboo tree to grow tall?" Aryan shook his head. The professor began to tell a simple yet profound story about patience and the power of small habits, a lesson that could change Aryan's life forever. Part 3. The bamboo lesson and the power of small things. Professor Vikram explained how a farmer patiently cared for a bamboo seed for 5 years, without seeing a single sign of growth. Villagers mocked him, urging him to give up, but the farmer quietly continued watering it every day, believing in what he was nurturing. Then, in the 5th year, within just 6 weeks, the bamboo shot up to 25 meters. It didn't grow in 6 weeks. It had spent 5 long years developing strong roots beneath the surface. The professor looked directly at Aryan and said, "Life is the same. Success doesn't come from miracles, it's built through small daily habits. You haven't failed because you lack ability, but because you've yet to understand the power of persistence and self-discipline." Those words pierced through the fog clouding Aryan's mind. He realized that all this time, he had been waiting for a big breakthrough, forgetting that true transformation is rooted in small, consistent changes, the real foundation for dreams to rise high. Part 4. A journey of change begins with simple habits. After that fateful meeting, Aryan stopped dreaming about dramatic turnarounds. Instead, he embarked on a new journey, quiet but filled with determination. Every morning, Aryan woke up an hour earlier, using the peaceful time to read and plan his day. He started by reading 10 pages a day, writing down 3 tasks to complete, and spending 10 minutes exercising. At first, these changes felt too small to make any real difference. But within weeks, Aryan noticed he was more focused and no longer procrastinated. He gradually reduced his time on social media, replacing it with learning new skills. Each night, he wrote down 3 things he was grateful for, helping his mind stay positive and calm. Aryan realized that it was his persistence with these seemingly simple habits that was quietly building the foundation for the future he had always dreamed of. Part 5. Sweet success and a life lesson. A year passed, and Aryan was no longer the dreamy boy he once was. His commitment to small daily habits had transformed him into a disciplined, confident, and resilient young man. His academic performance soared, earning him a prestigious scholarship from Shakti Institute of Technology, a place that once felt like an impossible dream. But Aryan didn't stop there. He launched a small tech startup, leveraging the skills he had developed through his daily learning routine. When friends asked him for the secret to his success, Aryan simply smiled and said, "Strength doesn't come from giant leaps, but from steady steps taken every day." He always remembered Professor Vikram's words, "Sow the seeds of good habits, and patiently wait for them to grow into a forest." Aryan's story became a source of inspiration throughout Surajpur, proving that great change always begins with the smallest actions. Aryan started with nothing more than waking up an hour earlier, reading a few pages of a book, and doing a few exercises each day. No one believed such small changes mattered, even he doubted himself at times. But those tiny, repeated habits transformed an average boy into the founder of Rootrise Innovations, a symbol of perseverance and discipline. And now, when people ask Aryan, "How did an ordinary boy rise to the top?" he simply smiles and replies, "Small habits create great destinies." Success isn't something you wait for, it's something you build, day by day. Are you still waiting for a big opportunity, or have you started with the smallest steps? If this story resonated with you, like, comment the habit you want to start today, and subscribe to join us on more inspiring journeys ahead. Right finger remember, success begins with the simplest things.